Oh, I know that sound. It's time for the Beer and News Report. Hi, and welcome to the Beer and News Report. Cheers. Today, I'm drinking Classic Lime Beer by Garage Beer. Now, I just happened to find this beer on sale, so I bought a case of it, and I'm glad to tell you I made a great choice. First off, it's a lager. That's my favorite type of beer, and the lime infusion makes it all the better. I highly recommend this beer, and I can see myself buying another case in the near future. Cheers. So today, I started thinking, what if I became governor of California? Right? It's election season. Now, before you panic, remember, California already elects actors, bodybuilders, billionaires. People think a train from Los Angeles to San Francisco should somehow cost the GDP of a small European country. So honestly, I might just fit right in. Cheers. So here's my platform. First, California gets its own cryptocurrency. I call it CalCoin. That's right, because if California ever decides to become its own nation someday, we're going to need something stronger than IOUs and expired Bed Bath & Beyond coupons. California is already the world's fourth largest economy. We have Silicon Valley, Hollywood, agriculture, ports, tech, aerospace, and enough venture capitalists to finance 12 moons. So why not create a state-backed digital currency? At a minimum, it would be hilarious watching the Wall Street stock people pretend they hated it right before they invested billions into it, right? Yeah, cheers. Second, flat taxes. Everyone pays the same rate. I was thinking somewhere between 5 and 7%. Simple, right? No loopholes, no billionaires writing off their third yacht as an emotional support vessel. No 9,000-page tax code written by lobbyists who look like they evolved inside a golf course country club. You make money, you pay taxes. That's it. Imagine a tax form that doesn't require a lawyer, an accountant, and a seance to understand. Yeah, cheers. Third, and this one's controversial, I want to frack the San Andreas Fault. Now hear me out before every geologist in California throws a rock at me. The idea would be pressure management. Instead of waiting for one gigantic catastrophic earthquake, what if we could intentionally release pressure slowly over time? I'm talking like tiny little 3.0 earthquakes. The kind where California just looks up from a brunch and goes, is that the building or am I dehydrated? Again, I'm not saying I know how to do this. I'm saying California spends billions studying earthquakes already. So maybe we should at least investigate whether controlled pressure release is scientifically possible. Worst case, scientists say no. Best case, we stop the big one from turning Los Angeles into a giant IKEA bookshelf collapse. Yeah, cheers. Fourth, energy independence. I want California to produce their own power. Solar panels, battery backup systems, home energy networks. Because somehow we live in the richest state in America and we still get brownouts like we're charging a flip phone in 1997. Meanwhile, utility companies raise rates every year while telling us, please conserve electricity. Translation, our infrastructure is held together by duct tape and optimism. Homes should become mini power stations. If millions of homes produce excess electricity, California becomes stronger, cheaper, and harder to shut down. And if your house has solar power plus battery backup, you don't panic every time the grid sneezes. Yeah, cheers. Fifth, modular solar inverters with redundancy. Now, this is where I become governor nerd. If homes are going to act like mini utility companies, then the power systems need backup. So if one inverter fails, another one automatically takes over. Now, think airplane systems, think server farms, think the internet. Why should a single broken component shut down an entire house? And honestly, I'd turn this into a statewide engineering challenge, right? I would get Stanford, Caltech, Berkeley. Basically, I'd walk into a room full of engineering students and say, build me the Tesla of home energy systems, but affordable. The winning university gets bragging rights and probably infinite startup funding from Silicon Valley. I mean, that's not that bad. Cheers. Finally, unpoppable bicycle tires. That's it. That's a policy. Because I'm tired of getting halfway through a long bike ride and suddenly hearing Now, you're standing on the side of the road pretending you know totally how to fix a tube while a guy in a Tour de France spandex passes you at 40 miles an hour, judging your existence. We can land rockets backwards. We have AI making art. People are trying to upload their consciousness into computers. And somehow humanity still can't build a bicycle tire that survives a thumbtack. This is unacceptable, right? Yeah. So that's my campaign platform. Crypto, flat taxes, earthquake management, energy independence, engineering innovation, and better bicycle tires. Honestly, compared to normal politics, this may already be the most coherent plan in America. Cheers. Well, heck, I'm almost out of beer, and that means we're at the end of the show. If you want to contact me, I can reach at this email address. I hope you had a good time watching the show. Don't vote for me because I'm not even on the ballot. But anyways, please click that like button. Yeah, do it now. And of course, if you want to get notified, you got to click that little icon that has a bell on it. And that'll tell you when I produce a new show. Or just send you an email, Till then, keep your beer cold and your interest hot. Cheers.